Down to Earth podcast. You could also subscribe to the YouTube that's in the bio if you want to see content. We got it on Spotify, Apple, all types of platforms, Patreon. We don't stop. And we got the Twitch. So that's a platform. We have so much. We're on all types of platforms, not just one platform. All types of platforms and shit like this. No, but I was talking earlier on the Twitch, which we're gonna soon get to link up on there, about comics and hip hop, right?
Yeah.
I was talking which character. Let me see if you know this character. About I know you know Daredevil and shit. Grandmaster. You ever heard of Grandmaster?
Grandmaster. It sounds familiar.
That's a hard one.
That Marvel?
Yeah, Marvel. Grandmaster. This guy, maybe might show you. Grandmaster. Okay, maybe that's too hard for you right now. This one.
Who's his arch enemy?
He's a cosmic. He's a cosmic. Grandmaster is a cosmic. Yeah, being.
That's why probably I don't really do.
See, there's other sections of the Marvel. It's pretty hard. There's a lot of characters people don't know about. Well, I was saying like the Daredevil I talked about the other day. The Daredevil. What is the next Marvel comic movie coming up?
Next one?
Yeah.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. Oh, okay. Besides Ant-Man, because I know this
one's going to be important because this one, it relates with Loki because this is introducing Kang.
Kang. Oh, I heard of Kang.
And making him a black man. Neat, too.
But where's Kang from? Which character? Where's he from? The future.
From the future.
Oh, so what's his character? I might have him in here. Kang. Do you know? Bless up, DJ Chino. What you saying? Yeah, man. Talking about the news and what's going on in hip hop right now and comics and whatever media, you know? Always have content. Spider-Man, but the Spider-Man movie. Bless up.
I haven't done this in a while. Canadian hip hop is legit.
Canadian hip hop is legit. That's how we do it, man.
Chill. Don't know. I still haven't opened this bottle yet. This is my last bottle I have. You know what I mean? I don't know when, but Canadian hip hop is legit. I'm
bless up, man. What you saying, man? You know, what you listening to? What hip hop are you listening to? What's new right now? What like considered new? Because you know everybody. If you talk about somebody who's from the old school, it's like they're saying you're old head and you don't know what's going on.
It's kind of weird.
I'm just saying Dave East right now. Dave East is new to me.
One of them for me, but some people consider him like he's been out for a while now. You know.
Okay. Say who's a new cat now? Say someone new. Let's think of somebody new. Hard, man. There is though. It's sad to say there is, but they're getting overshadowed by a lot of bull. There is some guys who are probably out here doing some good music. I only could think of J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar right now.
Like I said, guys who like, don't get me wrong, they're not old heads, but they've been around for a while.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Who's new?
Like, you said it right there. J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and Dave East. You know what I mean? But they've been out for a while now.
Yeah. So so you're gonna say like who's a new cat who's
newer than them? That's what you're pretty much saying.
It stops with them and Joy Badass and a couple other people.
Huh?
It's not too much.
Who's new and hot? You know what I mean?
Hard, man. When you're trying to go for someone who's lyrical, that's why you have to go back to some of the old cats, some of the older cats and shit like that, because there's a lack of quality out there, right? And when we're talking about hip hop, we don't like talking about local stuff. We're talking about hip hop, the whole industry, because the worst thing is to be in a box and talk about like the same thing over and over, like bless up to the 6, but it's always it's like a rerun. You're watching the same rerun, the same artist over and over. They're talking about. That's boring. Rusty Jukes and Royal Flush and Illa G in Toronto, April. What? I'll go watch that. That's something I watch. DJ Chino saying, yeah, Rusty Jukes, Royal Flush, and Illa G in Toronto, April. Which I wonder when in April. I'm guessing it's 420.
I'll go to that, man. Yo, brother, send me the link.
I want to go to that. Yeah, man. April's my month. That's my month.
Yo, check it out. Even yo, to be honest, I just want to go as a spectator. Like, don't get me wrong, I would go and work if we got the invite for that. But
yeah, that's
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I say that, I don't want to go and when I want to go and spectate, that's a lot for me to say. It's a lot. I haven't said that in a long time. I want to go to a concert and spectate.
Even a hip hop show, like a hip hop show. Just which hip hop show has been? The last one was Wu-Tang. I think Wu-Tang came with Nas, right? But it wasn't all the Wu-Tang. Who else? I'm trying to think. There might have been one, but not too much, man. Toronto needs to step it up, man. Step it up back with the shows. Hopefully the shows come back. I'm hoping the shows come back.
I want to see that Rusty Jukes. Rusty Jukes and
Royal Flush. I remember Royal Flush. Iced Out Medallion. Illa G. Yeah, I know he's around. Yeah, man. That's good. Hopefully we have some more shows because Toronto, I think that's what's going on. Like a lot of the youth.
Speaking of shows, I just finished the Soulflower.
Soulflower?
It's gonna go up soon. The edit is done. It's gonna be going up on the YouTube channel. So I'll send you the a copy to go on to the.
What are you saying, DJ Chino? You want to tap in, man? We're just talking about hip hop, man. We're just talking
Get him in there. Yo,
if he's available,
Chino,
I don't know. We're just talking about pure hip hop because I'm sick of people talking about like.
He's a hip hop head, man. Put him on.
Let me see if he's available, man. I'm inviting you, brother. We need to talk about hip hop. Toronto, we're hurting with this hip hop stuff, man. Like people are calling things hip hop, but I don't consider it hip hop.
Listen here, man. Listen to me, man. It's like this. I said this long time ago, even before it's not real viral and shit. I said a long time ago, there's hip hop and there's rap.
Yeah.
Okay. There's hip hop. Hip hop has bars.
Yeah.
Okay.
You say that again. You say that
rap.
Again.
You see, rap. Rap is like trap. All these other different ones. You get what I'm saying? So rap to me is considered in the genre of hip hop.
Yes.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hip hop. A lot of people get it confused. You get what I'm saying? Yes, it's influenced by hip hop. It's been spawned by hip hop. But rap is spawned by hip hop. And rap for me is all these other like mulatto, trap, all these different ones. That's rap to me.
The only one who do you say is doing hip hop, like maybe not saying too old school. The only one that I see do keeping the roots of hip hop, who's kind of popular right now, would be Roz Fresco.
Yeah, for Toronto.
For Toronto,
yeah.
He's been around for a while, but he's still younger than like the older heads. Is Roz Fresco. And like who's like out there right now.
I agree.
Right? That's it. That's it. I'm digging. If you have to dig for it, that's bad. But for Canadian hip hop, let's name some. I know Classified is one, not popular within like the trap stuff. Who else? Merkley's is one, not popular in Toronto. Classified, not popular in Toronto, but they're big everywhere. Who else? There's a couple more. There's a couple more, but those are the big ones I know. Classified and Merkley's, keeping the hip hop. Ason, Eastwood, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
We need to get you on the podcast, brother.
Yeah, we're gonna get him on the podcast. What? Daniel's son? He's spitting names out. He's spitting some names out. But yeah, but the thing about it. Yeah, we know that, but we have to dig for it. Why isn't the platforms promoting these artists?
I shouldn't be digging. We shouldn't be digging for these artists.
Like if it's hip hop, if you say you doing hip hop, this is the biggest danger. What's going on? The illusion of telling the youth or making the youth think that respect to all these other platforms, but most of these platforms, 90% of the time, ain't promoting it. Okay, they're going to say real hip hop. Real hip hop. for the culture. You get what I mean? It's all this stuff what's like, it's no balance. It's just one way, man. And when we talk, it's probably unpopular, but guess what? We are representing really for the culture. If you say you're doing hip hop, let's see some hip hop. Because I'm telling you, this Saturday, we have, for example, a hip hop vet. That's hip hop. Thrust. That's hip hop. You get what I mean? Lyrics, bars, turntable, breakdancing. That's still around. Like, people act like that don't exist. Now, it's all nice
around.
and what?
Around. It's still around. Still around.
Now, most of these artists, what we see on these pages in the local scene, are they really gonna last? Are they going anywhere? Besides local? Are they traveling somewhere else, even in the country? Hardly any, but hardly. But let's go back to real hip hop now. Like in America, where we, you know, most of the artists who are in the industry.
Yeah.
Now, right now, I think Nas is still, he has his last album is King Disease, I think, produced by Hit Boy. That album is fire, but it is not getting that much attention.
I still got to check it out. I still have to check it out. But the new Nas.
It's good. It's good. When you listen to it.
You see what you're saying there? That's what, for me, that's what's preserving hip hop, the old heads. You see, when they say the old heads and all of that, they're the ones who started it and shit. You know what I mean? And that's how hip hop got elevated and evolutionized. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Into rap. You get what I mean? So you have to show respect is due. You get what I'm saying? Like, like to me, I'm all about hip hop. I've been hip hop for life. I've been like, you know, and I'm mostly the old school. You know what I mean? And one of them who don't get the respect is due and his flowers is due for me that's Rakim. You know what I mean?
Well, he does get respect. He gets respect, maybe not over here as much, because down here it's still growing up, still learning about hip hop. I think because still learning what hip hop
he's like up there with KRS-One. They're like the godfathers of this shit now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They're the godfathers of it.
They're the godfathers of this shit.
And Big Daddy Kane and
hip hop. When it comes to guys like that, the godfathers of hip hop, they supposed to have the most respect, dude.
Even
you know what I'm saying?
Even guys, as we move on to like DMX and
that's later on.
And Jay,
I'm saying
give them respect.
Before, you know what I mean? All those guys grew up hearing guys like that. You get what I'm saying? Like Ice-T, you know what I mean? And all of that as well. You get what I mean?
You know what? Part of it, you have to blame, if you want to blame some of maybe some of the OGs are not educating the youth about the culture as much to probably have, what do you say, be more versatile. You know what I mean? Because most of the youth, and the big percentage of them doing music, especially locally, they're going off of like what's popular, which is pop.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but check it out though. But they're still not sticking to the formula like some of the old school hip hop. See, the old school hip hop now, at least they weren't afraid, some of them, to come out of their lane. As in, oh, I'm gonna do a feature track with someone who has nothing to do with hip hop.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? The thing is, why is that not happening more? You know, the reason why I'm saying this is because you want to expand your fan base.
Yeah.
So if you want to expand your fan base, stop, you know, like being afraid to come out of your lane and make hits. Make not tracks, make hits. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, because you never know. Maybe that combo track with somebody you might be digging who's not into hip hop, they might could feel your flow on something, or you might feel your flow on something.
That's true.
And you know it. Say, for instance, if that person goes on tour or vice versa, you get what I'm saying? It works out.
So you're talking about touring now?
No, but I'm saying it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
It goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
It goes hand in hand.
So
because now if you have you have hits with peoples who are not only in your genre, in other genres, now your music gets to expand. You get what I'm saying? More. And the fan base will expand because from that crowd, whoever you're featured with, they didn't know about you. Now they're going to know about you.
So now let's talk about, like, you have to expand your brand by traveling. Now, what's one mistake or thing what artists must do to avoid so they can travel?
Stay out of the clout, stay out of trouble, and not only that, if you have any bad things in your past, try to repair it.
Okay, so there's some people who have very serious things.
Why?
It might take a long time.
Because if you're going to get on the rise, you don't want the past to come and haunt you.
And that just not includes just artists, content makers too.
Yeah.
If you're you best to have a clean record so you could fly and travel. So what does that do to an artist or a content maker if they can't travel? What does that do to them?
It limits down your shit.
You're limited just to being local, right?
You're limited down your shit, and then after, all right, like how many years you're gonna go by and not clear up your shit? You know what I'm saying?
And if you're growing as a platform or whatever, as an artist,
growing as an artist, you might as well grow as a citizen. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Because we talked about this a couple of times and stuff.
Yeah.
But I seen
you're going to grow as an artist, and you have a bad background of something, you might as well grow as a citizen.
Because, for example, now us now, if we want to go somewhere now, we cannot make that type of energy stop us.
That's right.
If it's same thing like a platform or any business you're doing. If you have a bad record, you really want, and you're competing against other people on a global scale, how are you gonna go grow your platform and you have a criminal record? I'm just be straight up.
The only way I could say is something. It depends on time, but you need in your circle peeps who don't have record neither, because if you want someone to do some representation for you,
yeah, you're right. You're saying it.
You have all thoughts around you.
Yeah, it's true. If you can't go, you got to make sure your staff are full.
You need a bit of clean corporates around you too.
Exactly. It's like, that's why some people look up they want to see your resume. They want to see your experience. They want to see if you have a bad background or a good background so you could do the job. So that's why when the time comes for Down to Earth to go to anywhere in the world or America, we can go. I'm just putting it out there. We can go. There ain't no stopping saying, oh shit, I have this and I have that. You know what I mean? So that's best advice. The best advice we could give: stay out of trouble, stay out of the mix. If you're serious about business, being an artist or anything in the media, stay out of trouble.
I'm gonna give you a best example. President of the United States, right?
Yeah.
Treat it like
I said you said that before. Yeah, where you said this, right? President of the United States.
If you're going for the president of the United States, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to go through your fucking background from when you're a kid.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
You know that, right? Okay. So you're a kid. But you see, when you're a little bit adult lesson and all of that and everything, certain things you can fix or repair, do it, because at least that'll look good on your persona. You get what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Treat it like you're gonna be going for the president of the United States. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because especially now, look, we never traveled since what, 9/11. No one has like, I know I haven't, but I know even since 9/11 they got tight on the border and how they do things. And this not have to do even with the so-called virus. This just 9/11. Never went nowhere. And then now they have this whole virus thing on top of the 9/11. So, and then if you have something, your background's is kind of shady. How America is their politics, you ain't getting you ain't going nowhere, buddy. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. So the best thing, like we said, behave yourself. That's the best thing.
And another thing is, how long can you survive as a local artist here? This ain't the States.
Yeah, this is not the States.
Remember, I heard this from a couple of artists who had records in the States, and they said, "Yo, I don't need to go like say Cali. Just Cali alone, Cali, just California state.
Yeah.
You know how much city there is? Yo, as an artist, and you still have a thing, whatever, you could still make, as long as you're making over 75,000 or so on the rec, you're doing good." You get what I mean?
Bless up, Bump Jones. What are you saying, brother?
I'm just saying, straight up, you can make it as an independent artist in the States. It depends on what you do, because they have more the population of the culture out there compared to here. Here, no, we don't have the numbers like the States.
They're giving people pipe dreams.
That's why. How long could you survive as a local artist here?
Because most of these artists are not like even the local artists who came before. I can't call them local because they went around the world. They have their stuff on the radio, so I've been on the radio for years, so they could survive because they're getting radio royalties. But these new ones, just say in the last 10 years,
listen here, that's compared to an artist now, compared to one back then and still in the game now, is a total difference.
Yes.
It's a total difference because they already have backing. They already made their money as well. You get what I'm saying?
And they're on the radio rotating all the time.
And they already made their reputation being famous.
Yeah.
Compared to one who's new, they didn't get that back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different.
So how are you surviving as an artist here who's not getting no money from, like, the streams? You're not making no money. Let's be straight up. That's a whole fantasy. You're not making no money from those streams from here.
So again, a lot of streams as a local artist.
The radio, there's artists who you don't know who are on the radio making more money than the ones promoted online. Yeah?
As a local artist, if you're gonna survive as a local artist, you better like not only be in Toronto, you better be going to all of these small cities like on the regular. That way you're getting paid here.
And most of them don't.
You know what I mean?
Even have shows, even their own show locally. You don't even see none of that.
You don't have it like that, and you want to be a local artist. Then what's the point?
Is it clouds? Where's the money
here.
coming from? Where's the money coming from?
Right? You can't leave. You're not going. You could leave to go to these small towns, but you're still not doing that.
So, and no shows in the city.
Only
no shows.
A few are doing that, Sean. Only a few are doing that. What I'm saying, but majority of them are not doing that.
So, what is it? The streams they're making money because you need 1 million streams.
Yo, Sean,
streams.
Some of them are just doing it for the pastime and doing it for a hobby.
Yeah, let's be straight. Let's clear this. 90%, and not to say now, 90% of the ones promoted are doing it for a hobby.
Yeah.
They have to be doing it for a hobby. Because even if you look on, like I said, it takes 1 million streams to make $3,000. Just to make $3,000. You can make that working at McDonald's in a month. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So what money are you making? There's a lot of fantasy. Ain't making no money, man. When I see them people leave and come back, that means you have to spend money to leave. That means you have some type of money. You have to spend the money to leave. And if you're shooting videos somewhere else, that means you have money. It's not free to pay for a videographer and stuff like that. It's not free to pay to stay in, for example, California for like 2-3 months. It's not free. So you have some type of money. Now, I could count on my hand how much artists have left and done that trip. So,
well, like I said, how long can you survive as a local artist here?
You can't. You can't. And everybody's waiting for Rolling Loud. You can't. You can't. A lot of them have side jobs. They're just not telling people. You have to work. This is Canada. You're right. There's no infrastructure giving you money.
Exactly. So, like I said, again, how long as a local artist could you do it for? Because, you know what I mean? Because you're not going to be making any real money here.
No.
You get what I'm saying? Unless you're going to expand yourself.
Okay, put it this way. If I seen an artist who's always on the radio, working at a normal job, I won't say it, but working at a normal job for a while, and their stuff is always on the radio, more than a lot of these artists I see on these pages. That means a lot of these artists are faking it too. I mean, they're faking it. You see what I said? Someone who's always on the radio getting radio royalties is working a normal job. Someone who's not on the radio and they're just online, you're telling me, what does that show you? That a lot of them have to work. They're just not telling people that. Away from the local, let's go back to the international now. Okay, one more time now. Like I say, there's a lot of crap going on with, like, social media with when they talk about hip hop, they always talk about the negative side and stuff like that. But now, for platforms to network for any music right now, what's the best one you've seen besides Instagram right now? You see it?
Well, there's always Spotify.
No, I was saying like something like a social media thing. I heard about Fanbase.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean social media-wise? Well, Fanbase, the social.
The social. I like the social. For the weed connoisseurs, social beats Instagram any day. Fanbase, it's all right. Still growing. It has what is called those things where you talk like Clubhouse. As the,
like Clubhouse and Instagram in one.
Yeah, so I feel Instagram will do better with something like that, because not everybody wants to be seen. Yeah. Right? Instagram needs to step it up.
You were saying Spotify has something like that now.
Live. If you're an artist, I'll tell you this: if you're an artist, you're gonna benefit more than any social media being on Spotify Live, because you're gonna meet people in the industry. There's groups what you could customize yourself to, like in the music, radio, people who are A&Rs. It's not like all this traffic like Instagram without some foolishness on there. There's people who are actually in the business doing things. Less up, nice catfish. There's people in the industry actually doing things on Spotify Live. You want to go on a platform where it's going to help you, benefit you, and not have like all this trash. Like, when people, you have mail, what's called trash from the mail, right? Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with Instagram. It has a lot of that stuff on this platform, trash. And if you're an artist, that's why there's something called shadow banning, because people are putting trash on this platform. Hopefully Instagram cleans it up. Looks like the streaming, they kind of cleaned up, because I don't see no cutting out like it used to, right? Look at this. It's all clean. What's going on, right? It's not cutting out nothing. It's going on nice and clear. Not used to this. This is like weird, man. But yeah, Spotify Live, YouTube Live, and the Patreon is good because you don't have to worry about all this censorship. You notice all this censorship going on recently, right? Yeah. Like, man, and the craziness with all these movements. Like the other day, Aretha Franklin, they said they want to change. They have a problem with that. Like, what's next, man? I'm hearing about Smarties, about people complaining about the color. Like this we're in the twilight zone right now. We're in some big twilight zone going on. Everybody's upset about it's so sensitive. Now, this is what makes social media not social, because of all the censorship. It's not real life. You get what I mean? Like, it's crazy, man. People complain about everything, but like I said, they could put the N-word in all types of things, and that's all right. As long as that's all right, man. You could say the N-word all day and pump that music. Let's up, Jay Robinson Music. What you're saying? We're just talking about hip hop news and media, all types of things. What's going on? What are you saying, brother? What's your favorite hip hop artist, Jay Robertson Music? Because a lot of people will say the old school. Like, I like KRS-One, I like Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, even the new ones, DMX, Jay-Z, Wiz Khalifa. If you want to go more new, there's not too much. There's not too much new cats who's doing it. Like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, much respect to them. Yeah, man. And look, I have to say the same names over and over. I know there's others. But yeah, those are the most popular commercial ones, what people know. If you say anyone else, they're going to say, who are you talking about? Like, who's that? You know what I mean? Like,
You know, there's the one of them like the baby and
The Baby, Little
um,
Baby,
uh, uh,
Future.
Future,
Not taking nothing away from them. Migos,
the
um, New York, Cardi B,
yeah,
right? You like Tupac, Big, Rakim. Yeah, Benny. How can I forget about Benny? Yeah, Benny the Butcher, the
the
whole Griselda
Butcher,
camp,
the
Machine.
Zelda.
Yeah, all of the Griselda camp. They're good. They're an example of people who came out recently doing good music.
Yeah,
That's hip hop. Let me
real.
say that again. That is hip hop. Benny the Butcher. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Conway the Machine. Oh yeah, he
Conway.
knows this hip hop. Big L. But see, like this
Rest
new
in peace.
generation, and I'm not saying the new generation don't know, but it's not really promoted. Like, you get what I mean? It's not really promoted. It's like, at least when I was younger, I used to do my research when I was younger, like they're like in my 20s. I do my research for the people who came before. This is the not saying there ain't no young people doing it, but I think there's a big percentage not doing it.
We're not
Right?
doing
You dropped. Wait, I dropped a Wild album to Northside Schizo, also one of my faves all time. Bless up, bless up. What are you saying, Real J? Anybody want to tap in, promote themselves, chop it up? You can.
Yeah, man.
Can't stand the mumble rappers.
Yes.
Yes.
What about mumble?
He say he can't stand the mumble rappers. Who would be your mumble rapper, man? Jay Robinson Music. Who would be your mumble rapper right now? There's a lot of controversy with that right now. Bless up, Real J. Yo. Yeah, he's at work. All right, bless up. See, working man. That's what I like. Working man and an artist. That's what you're supposed to be doing, man. Yeah. Can't stand the mumble rap. There's a lot of controversy with that right now, man. A lot of controversy. But yeah, and then a lot of people who associate, this is another thing. This is the biggest advice probably me and my brother could get, is associating yourself with people who are negative, who could put you in trouble and screw up your career.
Yep.
It happened so far. For example,
your keep company with.
Okay, let's give an example now. Like what's his name? Gunna, that guy Gunna, who was with Young Thug, right?
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of them. So whoever was associated with Young Thug because they claimed that he was the leader of the gang, if you're an artist and you're associated with him, they're looking at you, or you could get locked up. Look, Gunna got locked up and he had to, what they say, snitch on them. So now everybody's looking on him as a snitch, and now his career is not going to be the same.
Look at back in the day when Pac got in trouble with the law with his entourage with the rape sitting.
You see what I'm saying, right? So being associated with these people will get you in trouble. Young Thug can't stand it either. Same with Kodak Black and all of them. You see, the thing about it now, I could say, you know the thing about it, I could say it, but this is the thing. The youth, it's like when we were younger too, and we're listening to certain people. The guys from the 80s, for example, would say that about DMX. And they would say that about Jay-Z too, at one point. Remember that. Don't act like people aren't saying about Jay-Z, who this guy dressing all this fantasy stuff. Even Biggie Smalls at one point dressing up and all that, stuff. People say, who's that guy? You get what I mean? We're in another generation now. We may not take it in, but the youth listen to it. So it's like you're fighting the stone. DMX, okay, underrated. Yeah.
Here's the question. What do you think is going to be the future of hip hop?
And the problem is they should separate it. They should call it different names, because
I already have. I called it rap.
Well, rap no. Well, they have something called what's called drill. I think that's where the future is going. And all they talk about the music, the music is talking about just killing and revenge, right? They used to call something called gangster rap, but gangster rap was telling a story. It wasn't worshiping it. It wasn't praising it. It was just telling a story.
It was saying, even with gangster rap, I don't know if you heard some of them, but some of that gangster rap was showing that I'm trying to do the hustle to get out of the hood. Not that I'm gonna keep on trapping. You know what I'm saying? You understand?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
negative and trying to turn the negative into the positive.
Yeah, because a lot of these drill rappers have gone to jail. They're telling on themselves. I don't think they know how to put their lyrics together anymore.
Pops and all crap.
Yeah, they don't know how to put their lyrics together to be like kind of unique. They're just saying it raw, and after then they wonder why the law comes down on them, because they're basically telling on themselves. They're telling on themselves.
Back in the day, when it was gangster rap and all that, a lot of it, they said it was like a story. Some of them stories, they would turn it into fiction. Like, okay, you know, like a real story, but they turn it fictional. Different names. They might use different addresses. You know what I mean? Different streets. But you kind of know what's going on, but you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's how you're supposed to fucking do it.
But now it's like straight raw. They're telling on themselves. They're saying everything. Like, they're making it easy for the police. And let's be straight up. This is another thing, man, because we know we come from old school. If you're using social media and you're on social media threatening, or you're doing any type of thing like that, what's negative, don't you think that the police is watching social media? Like, you think the police are stuck in the 20 years ago, that they're not easily just sitting down now, and whoever is talking some shit and has a record, or they know about them, they're not watching?
Let me give you a good example for Toronto. When the real Toronto came out, when that fucking shit came out, when that shit came out, yo, that shit went on fucking CNN, bro. Okay? On CNN, all right? So, yo, it was supposed to be a project, a film project, but it turned into something else. You know what I mean?
The police used it.
Some mans them were smart and putting on the fucking mask, but some of them weren't, and were showing, oh, you come here, so and all them thing there, and
the police used it.
They're like, yo, check this out. None of them hoods them fucking belong to you, star. A fucking government fucking housing. Still.
But my whole point is the police used it, and that's a while ago. That came out a good long time ago.
Yeah, but they used that as a tool.
Yeah, like, imagine now what they're using.
They went through the footage and they went, okay, we know when we're gonna do the raids. You know what I'm saying?
That's when they were doing the raids.
They're pretty much showing us what they have too. So we know what's the work.
So, yo, never use any smart. If you're a real gangster or whatever you call yourself, you should not be on social media. You should not be talking on social media at all, because they're watching. That's all evidence. They're watching. Anytime you talk anything, anytime you type anything, they are watching you. You probably have a new division just for that, just to watch social media. Now, for example, now, I'm going to put myself in the box. I have a criminal record, bad criminal record, and I'm a rapper, right? And I'm going online. Do you think the police is not watching, especially you who have a record?
Of course
and
they're
it's
watching.
known to them?
Of course
they're
watching.
But if you're a person who's not on that radar with no record, they can look you up as much as they want. There's nothing. That's my whole point. To me, if you are on social media and you're an artist or whatever you're doing, make sure you're clean before you talk. Because, look, I've seen it with certain people. Like, they go out, there's so much cases social media have locked up people just for them talking. Just for them talking. Even parole officers are watching. Your parole officers are watching on social media. You never know. I'm just saying. You don't know. You don't even have to be someone who has a record. If you even just put up something on the gram, what they don't like, they'll take that shit down. So if the gram will take that shit down, and they're watching. Everybody's watching. That's my whole point with that.
Mm-hmm.
But now you heard about YouTube's new thing now, the sensitivity shit. There's a new thing not too much people are talking about. If you curse in the beginning of your whatever your stream, or if it's the recording, the first couple seconds, you'll be demonetized. You won't get that. Your whole thing won't be monetized. So let's get to the hip hop, the music now. If your song is pure cursing all through it, because you know some of them just curse from the beginning, that means that video will be pulled from YouTube. This is active now. I want to see if they're really going by this, because I heard, remember we were talking about Jamaica with their whole thing. I don't know if that went true, if that was just a bluff. But this is what I'm hearing, that if you have a song, for example, or you're starting a recording and it's cursing in the first 8 seconds or a couple minutes or something, you won't be monetized, or they might even take off the song fully.
Yeah.
So what are they going to do with hip hop now? Because there's a lot of songs right now, especially the drill music and all that. Are they going to take off all those videos? I want to see this. I want to see this if it's really going to be active. You told me, you were the one who told me when I was saying about the Canada whole thing with Canada doing that C11, that it's gonna start with other people. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
After that, not to a couple weeks after, I'm hearing about YouTube doing all these new things that if you curse and like, they're gonna be sensitive to a lot of things. So it's similar. So they have to balance it. If you're gonna do one thing because the Canadian government is gonna do it, so they're saying, oh shit, it's not fair. So we're gonna have to kind of make it all fair. So we're gonna make it that anybody who's a content creator, if you're gonna have like certain things in your whatever content, like cursing, we're not gonna really support that. It's gonna be coming off, or you're not gonna get monetized and shit like that. That's why you have to start other platforms. You can't rely on one platform, right? Can't rely on one platform. Right now, we ain't just on YouTube. We're on Apple, Spotify. We're on we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, even Patreon, with the YouTube, IG, and all types. Bless up Unity Empress. We're on more than one platform. Can never depend on one platform for what you're doing. Bless up Clown the Capo. Yeah, man. Friday night we're gonna be tapping in with him. But yeah, it can't be on one platform. You have to be on more than one platform to survive. Because what happens if your one platform gets knocked off? Then what? Right? You can't be on one platform. And a podcast, this have an opportunity before we go out. What's the definition of a podcast, my brother?
Right now, a podcast is supposed to be audio. It's supposed to be audio. That's what's been a podcast from the beginning, right? Anything with visual is a webcast.
Okay, like what we're doing now.
So if you don't take your audios from your webcast and put it on audio platforms, it's just considered a webcast.
Yeah. That's not a podcast. A lot of people are getting confused because of the popularity of video and visual. But people who really are fans of podcasts, they don't care to watch the video. They want to listen to that at work. They want to listen to that while they're jogging or exercising. They don't have time to be watching stuff. When they want to watch it, they will watch it. But a podcast is an audio listening pleasure. So there's a lot of people I would say giving it a bad name. Podcast a bad name. It's just, they're just using the title because it's popular, but they're not a podcast. We are a real podcast. You could go look up in the link, the bio, and we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify Podcasts. I can't name how much other podcast platforms we're on, but we're on all of them, right? So, and a podcast is not a blog. A podcast is not a blog.
That's a blogger. Blogger is different from a podcast.
Yeah, a lot of people are confused. A blogger is like, I could blog too. A blogger is like someone who just talks about what's out there in the media. Out there.
A blogger doesn't have to be on long.
Yeah, you don't have to be on long. A podcast is like an hour, half an hour, 2 hours.
A blogger is mostly doing a review of either a product or what's going on in the world or what's going on in their day.
Yeah, that's a blogger. I'm not a blogger. Unless you want to say on Instagram, when you post something, that's considered a blog.
Mhm.
So I guess we're YouTubers, podcasters, and a blogger, all in one. We're a media company. News.
Content creator.
Content creator. Yeah, that's what we are. Content creator, because we don't do one thing, right? We have all types of services and stuff like that. But yeah, that's down to earth news. Haven't been on IG in a long time, and it's funny that it's all clean and clear all of a sudden. But people, subscribe to our channels. We're gonna be live and direct Friday night with Clown the Capo, great artist from North Carolina. Saturday we got Thrust 2 p.m. and we have another surprise special guest coming up also. And there's an event going on Saturday. I know I forgot about. Bless up to everybody that
supports media. Us.
Yeah,
you're done to Price the Boss.
Bless up to Price the Boss, Grow Your Media, bless up to Prince Beats, and everybody who supports us. Subscribe to our channels and all that. But this
before we go, I always have to say this. This is a Rastafari Samurai. Never leaving you dry. And I approve this message nationwide. You don't know, people. Subscribe. Don't know.
Subscribe.
All right.
We out.